Welcome to the second installment on exploring aspects of culturally responsive schooling. My name is Anthony King, and I am the Executive Director of External Engagement with the Leadership Academy. This webinar is designed to provide you with an overview and more in-depth understanding of what is meant by the aspect of high expectations and rigorous instruction, and how it relates to culturally responsive schooling. Culturally responsive schools are schools that create student-centered learning environments that affirm racial, linguistic, and cultural identities, prepare students for rigor and independent learning, develop students' abilities to connect across lines of difference, elevate historically marginalized voices, and empower students as agents of social change. So what is meant by having high expectations and rigorous instruction? High expectations and rigorous instruction creates learning conditions that are academically challenging and intellectually demanding, while also considering the different ways that students learn. So how do students benefit from leaders and teachers having high expectations and providing rigorous instruction? High expectations and rigorous instruction prepare the community for rigor and independent learning. Instruction includes opportunities to use critical reasoning, take academic risks, and leverage a growth mindset to learn from mistakes. Messages encourage positive self-image and empower others to succeed. So what does high expectation and rigorous instruction look and sound like? Pause this video and jot down some thoughts about what having high expectations and rigorous instruction might look like in your school. Now that you've taken some time to think about what is meant by high expectations and rigorous instruction with respect to culturally responsive schooling, let's dig into what it looks like. Some indicators of high expectation and rigorous instruction when referencing the culturally responsive schools rubric associated with the 360-degree toolkit may look like this. There are regular discussions with and feedback given to teachers about how to include ideas about privilege, equity, and justice in their lessons, and how students might challenge the status quo. We expect and provide student support for teachers to focus primarily on student conceptual understanding and critical thinking while supporting skill mastery. Teachers use the same instructional rigor for all students and consistently uphold this in their words and pedagogical practices. And students take responsibility for their learning and achievement with teacher support. As a leader, what might you consider as you begin to use these rubrics? Reflecting on some of the examples that were shared regarding both having high expectations and rigorous instruction, you might consider the following. Where do you see these types of culturally responsive actions already happening in your school, and how can you strengthen or amplify them? What structures are in place that serve as barriers to having a more culturally responsive school, and how might you change or remove these structures? Who might serve on the team that can help take action toward integrating more of these culturally responsive practices in your school? Think about teachers, parents, and students. Thank you for your time and attention today. We hope that you found this webinar helpful in your understanding of what it means to have high expectations and rigorous instruction.